The distinctions between becoming a World Cup finalist as a player, and reaching the same stage as a manager are many, according to Didier Deschamps. It is worth paying attention when he describes what they are, because there are not many who can speak with authority on those twin experiences. 20 years ago last Thursday, Deschamps accepted the World Cup trophy as captain of France, and lifted it into the air with a huge, slightly wonky and amiable grin on his face, a place in history cemented. 2 decades on, he is the manager of the favorites to take France to their second world title. His hair is thinner now, and the smile less often glimpsed. It is a very different experience. Deschamps said, "Yes, the pleasure is there, the adrenaline is there, but it's all about the players. As coaches, we have a limited importance. We are here for the players." Deschamps has undoubtedly served those players ably in taking France to within 90 minutes of the greatest prize in sport, to within one match of his joining Mario Zagallo for Brazil, and Franz Beckenbauer, the German, on the brief list of World Cup winners as player and coach. But having crossed almost every hurdle, Deschamps still hears criticism of his style, suggestions he should be serving the players better, that, given the high standards and many different strengths of the young attacking talent he has at his disposal, Les Blues still look banal. Read more Extra Time podcast. Comeback Kings Croatia to come up short against Mbappe. 2018 World Cup final predictions. Will it be France or Croatia who lift the trophy? Imperious France have all the tools to deliver a second World Cup trophy. France to use Euro 2016 heartache to spur them on to World Cup glory, says Deschamps. Rid of jolly, Luka Modric's place in the World Cup final with Croatia is a triumph of character. Ivan Rakitic confident Croatia will have the energy to defeat France in World Cup final. Of their 6 matches in Russia, France have won 5, but just one of them by a margin of more than a single goal. They drew 0-0 with Denmark, when a draw was all they needed, and conspired with the Danes to deliver probably the dullest match of a thrilling tournament. From the opposition they have stymied most effectively came some searing words. Belgium's Thibaut Courtois, France are an anti-football team, and Eden Hazard, I'd prefer to lose playing like Belgium than win playing like France, spoke with the bitterness of losing semi-finalists last week, but those taking a longer view have also deemed Deschamps excessively conservative. He will not mind that, although he can come across as more thin-skinned, at least when dealing with the media, than you might imagine after a lifetime bearing suggestions he is always the mundane element in his most successful teams. Eric Cantona, an attacking maverick France felt they could do without in the later 1990s, referred to Deschamps, who buzzed around in Blues midfields behind Cantona, as a water carrier as a player. Some have called him lucky that he entered this World Cup, his second as a manager, with a contract that extends to 2020, 6 years from when he took over the role from Laurent Blanc. Didier Deschamps jokes with Presnel Kimpembe during France's Friday training session. Getty Images. Deschamps, with a young France, only reached the last 8 in Brazil 4 years ago, and 2 summers later seemed to squander a handsome opportunity, when, at the Stade de France, as hosts, Les Blues lost the European Championship final to Portugal. So what can Deschamps claim credit for? Actually, some very bold management decisions for a so-called conservative coach. He effectively banished Karim Benzema, the most decorated French striker of his generation, after striker and coach had fallen out badly. He stimulated parts of Paul Pogba, at least this month, that some club managers have struggled to find. Pogba, diligent in defense, alert to the best use of his fine passing, has looked more consistently the complete midfielder his price tag implies than he did for much of the last 10 months with Manchester United. Deschamps has been functional, yes, but the formula works. I think the coach deserves a lot of credit, says Hugo Lloris, the France captain. Certainly, we adapt a bit the way we play according to the opponent. And the players respect what the manager has said. We have the talent, the belief, the spirit to shape the way things have gone. And this is distinctively Deschamps France now. It was he who gave Pogba, Antoine Griezmann and N'Golo Kanté their international debuts, and he who has aligned a sturdy defense in spite of setbacks in the lead-up to the competition, notably injuries to Laurent Koscielny and Benjamin Mendy. He has kept faith in Olivier Giroud, the centre-forward who will never move with Benzema's feline grace and has no goals so far in this World Cup but provides a certain muscular balance in a forward line containing the teenage zest of Kylian Mbappé and the quick feet of Griezmann. Deschamps, or Didi, to his public, may never be quite as A-list as some want from a national hero. But his dogmas have been France's strength. "I'm not too bothered about image," he says. "There are better coaches than me out there, I'm sure, but there are some not as good, too.